the E.L.F. Studio Blush, and I think these are like maybe $3 a piece, something like that. But I ordered them in Candid Coral and in Fuchsia Fusion. Of course, you guys know I had to order the coral one, and it's a really pretty color. First of all, I'd just like to say that I was super impressed with the packaging. I had just heard that, like, from a lot of people, the E.L.F. was just really cheap, the packaging sucked, the products were like, they were iffy. But I guess the Studio line is just a lot different. I haven't heard a lot about the Studio line, so I'm really impressed with this packaging. They're super heavy compacts. I was shocked by that. They open and close really nice. It's like a, you can hear that, it's a heavy clip. And they all have cute mirrors, so I just love it. I think the packaging is really nice. So this is the Candid Coral blush, and it's definitely like a peachy color. The color kind of reminds me of like NARS Orgasm. Here's what it looks like, and I really like it in the palette, but it just doesn't give me much color payoff on my face. It's a little bit too light of a color for me, unfortunately. I think that this would be beautiful on other skin tones, but for mine personally, it just doesn't show up enough on my face. It's just too neutral of a color. But this is it's really gorgeous, and I feel like these blushes are like super silky and really pigmented. Like, don't go overkill with these, because seriously, you can overdo it with these very easily because they are super pigmented. This is the one that I really love, and this is E.L.F. Studio Blush in Fuchsia Fusion, and that's what it looks like. It has glitter in it. The Candid Coral does not, but this one definitely does. The glitter specks are a little bit big for my liking. They're not super chunky, but they're not super fine either. So I would have preferred probably that they didn't put the glitter in it. But for summer, it's really pretty. I just don't know about if I would want those big glitter chunks on my face in the winter. I don't really know, but I think that the blush color, like, you can't pass it up. I'll just deal with the glitter because the blush is so pretty. So here it is on my middle finger. This is what it looks like. It's not as bright as NYX Pinky. It's way more of like a Barbie doll pink. I would have to say that this is probably the perfect pink. I really like it. I like it better than NYX Pinky. And NYX Pinky has been like my go-to for a really long time now, and I think I've just replaced it with Fuchsia Fusion because I'm loving it. I have it on today on my cheeks, and it just gives you that little bit of sparkle. It's not too bad, and the pink I think is like just like that flushed look. It's very natural looking, so I love that because I don't like to look like really made up like that. So then the next thing, the very much talked about contouring blush and bronzing powder palette, and I waited for so long for this stuff to be in stock. This has been out of stock for months, okay? And I've been like checking back every week to see if they had gotten it in yet because I wanted it so bad. I've heard so many reviews on this stuff. It's supposed to be a really great dupe for the NARS, and so I just had to try it out. And again, a really nice heavy compact. This is really heavy. I was pretty shocked by it actually. And they're good size, as you can see, and the mirror is like massive. It's a really nice compact. So for $3, this is a super steal. I would buy this compact for $3 with nothing in it because I really do like it that much. So here's what they look like. I would say that the blushed side is the exact same color as the Candid Coral Studio Blush. They're extremely similar. And then let me just swatch them for you. The bronzer side is definitely more creamy than the blush side. The bronzer is extremely pigmented and creamy. So this is obviously the bronzer, this is the blush, and they're just really pretty colors. Really nice, really natural. Here's what they look like when I just transferred them to my hand. So they're not overdone. I don't know how well they might show up on certain skin tones, but for me, they're pretty perfect. So that's what they look like. I really like this. I think if I would have known that the blushed side of this compact was the exact same color as the Candid Coral Studio Blush, I probably wouldn't have ordered that. And then the last palette that I ordered is the Warm Bronzer from the Studio line. And another really nice compact. It's got the big mirror. It's got the 4 different colored bronzers in there. A few, they do have a slight shimmer to them. Like, so if you're not into the shimmery bronzers, you might not like this. They sort of remind me of the palette I'm using right now that I love so much, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. I like some shimmer in my bronzers. If you like matte bronzer, you're not going to like this. So here's what the 4 colors look like. You can tell that they're all like, you know, they're shimmery, they're metallic-y. They're very pigmented. I think that this would give a really nice glow. I even think that you could use these as shadows because they're so pretty. I like shimmery stuff like that, but that's just me. I think that this is like a really nice bronzer compact. So I'm impressed with that. I really like it. I'm really just surprised by how pigmented and silky everything is. Normally if you buy cosmetics that are on the cheaper side like this, they're very like powdery. You have super bad fallout. They're very dry. This E.L.F, man, I don't know. I haven't really tried out the $1 line too much, but if it's anything like the Studio line, I'm super impressed. Because so far, I love everything. This was the most expensive thing that I ordered, and this is the Mineral Infused Face Primer available through the Studio line, and I believe this is $6. It's like the most expensive, one of the most expensive things that they carry. But I currently do not have a face primer, so I definitely wanted to try this out. Again, the packaging is really cute. It's simple. It's just a little primer. And let me just, ooh, I have eyeshadow on my hand and, ooh. Alright, well, that's definitely a little heavy-handed. I barely like squeezed the nozzle down and I got that much out, which is, it's too much. So I definitely think that I'll be out of this in no time, because it's really not that much and it comes out excessively. I don't even know what to do with all this. This is a lot. Smooth, it's silky, but it's almost a little bit greasy. I think if you have, I don't know if you can see, can you see it? If you have oily skin, I don't know if I could recommend that for you. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty greasy. So then I got 2 of the E.L.F. all over color sticks, right? Yeah. And I think these are $1 a piece. And I got Spotlight because I saw on Gina Beanowina's channel that these were really good for a highlighter. And so I wanted to get that. That's what Spotlight looks like. So it comes out and it's like white, but then when you rub it down, it just becomes like a sheen. It's like just a frosty, pearly white color. I don't know how well that'll work on my face because it's really light. And then I got the one in Golden Peach, which I actually like a lot better. And let me just put some on my hand. And you can really see that one, this gold. Like that's a goldy peachy color. See how shimmery it is? It's really gorgeous. The only thing I have to say about these is that they smell really bad. Like they smell pretty freaking bad. I don't even know what that reminds me of. It's very like medicinal. It smells almost like a Band-Aid. When I smell it, I just think like doctor's office or ER. It almost smells like the urgent care center. I don't know. I really don't like the smell. They're going to have to do something about that. That's bad. That's got to go, E.L.F. We're going to have to talk about that because that is, if I want to smell that, I'll like go get hurt and go to the ER because that smells funky like Band-Aids or something. And then the last thing that I got is some E.L.F. Mineral Eyeshadow. And this is in Caffeinated. I had heard really good things about this particular color, so I wanted to try it out. Love it. Oh my god, you guys. Look how freaking pigmented that is. This is Caffeinated, and this is extremely gold. This is like majorly. This is gold digger right here. Don't you like how I just slapped that on my eye? You can't even see it, but oh my gosh, you guys, this is super gorgeous. Really, really pretty. I've never even seen any eyeshadow, mineral eyeshadow that pigmented from anywhere. So anyways, that's everything that I ordered. In general, I'm super impressed. I would give like 10 out of 10 for packaging for sure. For quality, I would say 8 or 9 out of 10. It's really, really excellent. All these palettes, I would say probably 9 or 10 out of 10, with the exception of the Candid Coral, and I only can't give that like a really high rating just because it doesn't look good on my skin tone, but for somebody else it would probably be 10 out of 10. And the mineral eyeshadow, definitely 10 out of 10. And then the Oliver color sticks, I would give a 10 out of 10 for pigmentation and for just overall look, except their smell is so horrific that I'm going to have to give them like maybe a 6, a 5 or 6. And especially the Spotlight, because it's just too white. Like I can see on my face where I just put that, it looks like white concealer or something. So I'm not a fan of the Spotlight. I like the Golden Peach. But unless you want to smell like you just went to the hospital, I don't know about that. So anyways, that's like my little review.